And we're live again. Finally, 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. Once again for 1,000 subscribers. And, well, today we're going to talk about this deck that took over half of the standard top 8 for Final Fantasy Pro Tour. And the other half being Mono Red. But since I already did a podcast on Mono Red, I'm just gonna go and, I'm just gonna talk about Izzet prowess, because I don't think I've mentioned Izzet prowess in standard, any of my podcasts or stuff. So yeah, let's just so we're just gonna go into the main board. So main board. This is basically the alright. We're gonna start off with creatures. So creatures in this deck, there's like a few creatures in this, and it's just 4 copies of VIVI and 3 copies of the Drake Hatcher. So even though VIVI is legendary, there are literally 4 copies of this. So and I can tell you there is a reason behind this. So Drake Hatcher is so these are prowessers. So Drake Hatcher being a 2-mana 1/3 human with wizard with vigilance prowess, and when it hits a player, it literally puts that many incubation counters. So 1 plus then the number of spells you cast this from prowess, and then you can remove 3 incubation counters to create a 2/2 Drake at instant speed. So you can create multiple Drakes, create them at end of turn, and create them in response to this getting killed or something. Even try this with double strike. It's gonna be crazy, man. I mean, and it's not legendary. VIVI is legendary though. However, it's very powerful because 3 mana 0/3 legendary wizard. For 0 mana, no need to tap it. Gets you any combination of blue and red based on his power. Only during your turn, only once per turn. So issue is it's a mana ability that can only be done on your turn. But and since it's a mana, since it's 0 mana, no cost, whatever, you can only do it once. So you can't spam this and create infinite mana. But whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1 counter on VIVI and deals 1 damage to each opponent. So it's a 0/3, meaning it won't add mana until it has at least 1 counter. And then you can start casting spells on it. It's crazy, man. I mean, it's like a permanent form of prowess, similar to, similar to the Sprite Dragon, I think it was called, which was, oh wait, hold on. Wait, the title's wrong for my Twitch stream. Why is it like this? Hold on. Let me just change this. Alright. But yeah, that's strange. Why is it like this? Oh, cause Restream friggin' rewrites this for some reason. Why does Restream rewrite this? There we go. Just let's see. Oh, it got fixed. Okay, good. So, all right. What we're saying is, yeah. So So um, so yeah, and not only does it keep growing, it keeps hitting the opponent, which is essential with the spells you cast in this deck, which are like 1 mana spells. Let's just go right into it. So, you got 6 removals, 2 into the Flood Maws and 4 Torture Towers. Torture Tower being a generic damage spell, allowing you to kill and exile creatures, by dealing damage. If you happen to have a token or artifact or enchantment, like an otter token or a monk token, maybe even a quarry or friggin' talent, you could just bargain it to do 3 damage and instead of 2, and lets you scry 1. So lets you see what's coming up next. Into the Flood Maw being a spell that basically it doesn't kill, but it can bounce basically anything without dealing damage or anything. Can even save your own creature. Oh no, wait, never mind. It's opponent creature, so you can't do it to yourself. But you bounce the opponent's creature. You can stop an attacker or whatever. And not only that, you can give that player a fish to bounce anything, except for a land instead. Still has to be that of an opponent. You cannot into the Flood Maw your own permanent. Remember that, guys. I mean, I generally thought you could bounce your own thing. Just I got confused. But well, it's 2 into the Flood Maws. It's not that many, but it's mainly Torture Tower that is the powerful, like removal spell in there. So yeah, Torture Tower, it really good. It's for red, but into the Flood Maw is the blue one. So yeah, into the Flood Maw, since they're 1 mana spells, I mean, just by casting, like the first time you have like the turn you have VIVI out on the battlefield, you just cast something, get the red, you can get the counter, then you can use the ability to get a red or a blue, whatever, and you just cast another one of those spells. It's crazy. Well, what else we got? Pump spells. There are 3 Monstrous Rages and 2 Wild Rides. Monstrous Rage being a 1 mana instant that free of those, it gets you it gives the creature +2/+0 until end turn. Create a monster roll attached to it. Play that with VIVI, and you're increasing his power by 4. 2 permanently, 2 temporarily. 1 for the counter, 1 for the roll, and then 2 for the Monstrous Rage. So you can literally ramp so much with friggin' VIVI. It's crazy, man. And then deal a lot of damage. Prowess. Like, prowess with VIVI is just pure chaos, pure madness. Like, there's no friggin' way of beating it. And pair that with Wild Ride. 2 copies of those. 1 basically being 1 red sorcery gives the creature +3/+0 and haste until end turn. And harmonize for 5 mana. So you could literally flashback this for 1 mana by tapping VIVI or something else, like for the harmonize cost, because you can tap a creature to reduce the cost. So harmonize is basically flashback, but lets you tap the creatures. So yeah, it's a freaking crazy card, and of course the deck is very crazy. The only thing that could stop it was literally mono red, because when it was top 8, 1 bracket was consisted entirely of mono red decks, 4 mono red decks, and another bracket with 4 Izzet decks. So in the end, you were gonna see a mono red versus a Izzet deck 100%. And that final matchup was won by mono red. Ken Yukihiro, also known as Death Snow, winning with the mono red deck. But yeah, but it was crazy, man. Like, just so quarterfinals and semifinals consisted of mirror matches, all of them. Yeah, Reminds me last Pro Tour where we had a friggin' uh uh the 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 friggin' impending stuff, you know. I forgot the name of. Oh, Up the Beanstalk. That was the name of the deck. I think it was called Up the Beanstalk. Don't know how you guys call it, but I mean it used Up the Beanstalk. So yeah. Next we have card advantage. So there are 4 copies of each one, and once again, 1 mana spells, except for stock up being free mana. Opt 1 blue instant scry 1 draw card, and sleight of hand being a 1 blue sorcery. Top 2 take 1 to the hand, and the other 1 to the bottom. So opt being instant speed, allowing you to check 1. If you like it, take it. If you don't like it, send it to the bottom and get another one. Sleight of hand being slightly better, as it is, although it's a sorcery, it lets you look at 2 cards, take 1, and then you can put the other to the, and then you get the bottom. You can literally opt literally looks at 1. If you like it, you take it. If you don't like it, you send it to the bottom and take your chances to the next one. But sleight of hand lets you see, hey, you see 2 cards. Like, the card I'm drawing is good, but there's a better one. But the issue is, you can't have 1 on top. Like, I mean, it's not like scry 2 and draw. I mean, well, that's why you have preordain. But preordain is too friggin' powerful. Like, it got banned in modern, then it got unbanned, and yeah, and yeah, there's it's too friggin' strong. Stock up 3 mana sorcery. Top 5 take 2 to the hand, rest to the bottom. Being strictly better than divination, as instead of drawing 2 cards, lets you take 2 from 5 cards. Like, man, this card is friggin' crazy. Like, you literally just look and you take the cards. It's just insanity, man. I mean, like, bro, why did they make this card so friggin' powerful? I mean, yeah. But yeah, that's basically, the card advantage: opt, stock up, sleight of hand. But yeah, that's not the last 1 mana spell. You got Spell Pierce. 1 copy in the main board, and 2 in the sideboard, being the only counter spell in the main board, and also the first card in our main, and the only card that's both in the main board and in the sideboard. So Spell Pierce, very good card. Got reprinted in standard, like in Averdrift. Like, before Averdrift, we didn't have this in standard. It's crazy. Like, didn't even know. Like I didn't even know this was in standard legal until Averdrift. And Averdrift printed is a friggin' uncommon. Like, I don't recall Spell Pierce ever being printed as an uncommon in any other set. Look, Spell Pierce debuted in friggin' it's on? No, can't be. Oh, Zendikar came back for Modern Masters with the same art. Amonkhet Invocations, and then boom, they brought back for Ixalan with a brand new art. Then came back for Secret Lair drop. Then we got Spell Pierce again with a different art because it's friggin' Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Came back for Double Masters 2 with the OG art and a brand new showcase art. Came back for Store Championship promo. Came back. No, that's the online version where they added the showcases variant as a promo. Then you got the secret lair prize for Spell Pierce, white bordered mystery booster copy, and finally that's when they had printed as an uncommon with a brand new art. So it was honestly like it wasn't in standard like for a, like it literally took what, a few months for it to come back, because if I remember correctly, Kamigawa Neon Disney, Kamigawa Neon Disney, Streets of New Capenna. I think it was like 7 months. Streets of New Capenna, Kamigawa Neon Disney, and the Innistrades rotated in July of last year. And Averdrift came out in January. I'm actually surprised Spell Pierce was not printed in in Foundations. So, considering it's not in the 6-year standard list, there could be a period of time where we won't see Spell Pierce in standard again. So, would be unlikely though, but I mean but I'm just saying it could happen. Let's just go in to the last non-land cards in the main board. 4 of each: Storm Chaser's Talent and Core Steel Cutter. So, Core Steel Cutter is, a 2 mana artifact equipment. Quick creature gets +1/+1 and has Trample Haste. Chances are you're not going to equip the creature for 2 mana, but because Flurry! Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 monk with prowess. You can attach the Core Steel to the monk. So, since Core Steel gives Trample and Haste, that monk is straight away a 2/2 that can attack. It's so friggin' powerful, man. I mean, and since it has prowess, it will grow from the next spells you cast in the following turns. And, when you get the second monk, you pass the Core Steel to the next one, and it gets haste. And it just keeps on attacking. Man, this card could receive a ban. I mean, Modern, it's even more insane, because you have friggin' 0 mana spells, Phyrexian cost spells. You can get the monks much easier and much more powerful. But prowess is easier to stop in Modern. Prowess in Modern has so many flaws. In Standard, it's practically unstoppable, which is why I've never been a fan of prowess decks. I mean, they're literally just either glass cannons or completely busted beyond measure. And Storm Chaser's Talent, although this deck does not have any bounce spells, in other decks you could literally spam otters. This one, no. It's just you get the otters a 1/1 with prowess. You could level 2 or level 3 in the late game, but chances are you're not gonna do that. I mean, level 2 maybe to bring back something, but level 3, VIVI does give you a bunch of mana. You could actually end up getting level 3 with Storm Chaser's Talent, but chances are you're just using this as bargain fodder for Torch the Tower. So yeah. Storm Chaser's Talent is a 1 mana non-creature spell. So it's a creature that's actually a non-creature. So it triggers VIVI, it triggers prowess, it triggers, Flurry. I mean, Flurry is just a second spell. It doesn't even need to be a non-creature. So yeah, it's even more powerful, man. Well, lands are just meh. So yeah, lands. You got 1 of the Thundering Falls, 4 of the rest. So, wait. Yeah, all of them are visible. Good. Just Alright, so Thundering Falls being the Surveil land. Taps, it's an island mountain, enters taps, Surveil 1. Spiral of Canal being the fast land that enters tapped unless you control 2 or less lands. Other lands, of course. River Pirate Verge being a land that adds a red, but can add a blue only if you control an island or mountain. And Shivan Reef being the pain land, allowing you to add 4 colors or add a red or blue, dealing 1 damage to you. So, yeah, that's basically the dual lands that are in this deck. So, yeah. However, these aren't the only lands. I mean, look, that's like, what, 13 lands? Darn. So, 21 is the total lands. 6 islands, 2 mountains. You might be wondering, hey, why more islands than mountains? Honestly, if you count it up, I'm pretty sure there's more blue spells. Look, Dragecatcher, that's 3 blues. So, look at this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 7 blue, 9, 21, 22, 26 blue cards compared to the red cards. 4, 8, 13, 17. Man, you see this? More blue cards than red cards. So, I mean, if you exclude VIVI from the equation, I mean, it's literally the same thing. Because the thing is that they're all the same amount of blues and reds. So, there's no spell that's like double red, double blue, etc. So, yeah. So, I don't know if that gap is needed. I mean, 6 to 2. But, I mean, I do understand it. It should have more islands than mountains. That's not all. We got the sideboard. So, apart from 2 copies of Spell Pierce, we still got removals. So, wait, hold on. Is this? Yeah, the islands. Alright, removals. So, 3 Unable to Scream, and the rest 2 copies. So, Unable to Scream being a 1 blue aura enchant creature, turns the enchanted creature into 0/2 toy that loses the abilities. And if it's face down, cannot be turned face up. So not only can it stop, the Oculus decks, it literally stops the manifestations the Oculus creates. Well, they're not really gonna unable to scream on one of those creatures, considering you can literally abrade it, torch the tower, even friggin', into the Flood Maw by bouncing it and seeing what card is down there face down. When the opponent recasts it, it cannot be a 0. It cannot be a 2/2. It gotta be what it is. If it's a land, then screw this. They got a land. And Lymphomanic Barrage, being an uncountable removal that deals more damage if it hits white or blue creatures or planeswalkers. So you can hit both creatures and planeswalkers. Same with Torch the Tower. Abrade, being able to hit creatures or destroy artifacts. There is an alternative to Abrade though, which is the new card that lets you exile an artifact or hit a creature or planeswalker and exile it if it dies. Issue is it's sorcery speed. Honestly, I prefer that to Abrade, but Abrade is still good. It's not strictly worse now. I mean, it's the new card is not strictly better than Abrade, but I'd say it's better than Abrade. Honestly, it's a hot take, but honestly, instant speed is overrated. Especially if you're playing a friggin' prowess deck. Why are you gonna cast spells on the opponent's turn if you're playing a friggin' prowess deck, man? I mean, well, what else we got? 2 anti-graveyard cards. Soul Guide Lantern. So to stop reanimation in similar decks. So 1 mana, exile target card from graveyard and enters. Tap, you sacrifice it to exile your opponent's graveyard. For 1 mana tap, you can crack it to draw a card. So, Soul Guide Lantern being either a cantrip or graveyard hate, whichever one you need most. Either way, still being able to exile 1 card. As it enters, maybe that 1 card is exactly what you need. it could be exiling the creature that the opponent reanimates, or it disrupts their entire flow of delirium. So stopping, the fear of missing out and other stuff. So Soulguide Lantern's just insane, man. I mean, plus it's a non-creature spell, so it also triggers prowess and other stuff. So yeah, same with Unable to Scream. It's also a non-creature. I mean, whole sideboard consists of non-creature spells. So yeah. Well, let's go to the next one. One of each counterspell, apart from the spell pierce. You got Disdainful Stroke, being a 2-mana instant. Countercharge spell of converted mana cost 4 or greater. And you got Get Out! Alright. 2 mana instant. Choose one. Counter target creature or enchantment, or bounce 1 or 2 of your own creatures and enchantments. So this is the only card in there that can literally bounce Storm Chaser's hand if you need to, allowing you to loop the Storm Chaser's hand with level 2 and stuff, and loop Get Out and so the Disdainful Stroke allowing you to counter big stuff. Not so the counters in there are just counters for creature spells, because the only main board counter spell you have is non-creatures, and Spell Pierce is non-creatures. This lets you counter creatures or enchantments, and the Disdainful Stroke lets you counter big spells. So yeah, really powerful. Last but not least, 2 Planeswalkers. Ra, Crackling Wit. A 4-mana, 4 loyalty legendary Planeswalker, Ra. When it casts a non-creature spell, put a loyalty counter on Ra. So basically this Planeswalker has prowess. +1, create a 1/1 Otter with prowess. Same thing as the Storm Chaser's hand. -3, draw 3, discard 2. -10, draw 3, you get an emblem of your instant sorceries have Storm. So, oh my god, Storm in a prowess deck is friggin' overpowered. I mean, you're not gonna do a -10. I mean, well, considering how many non-creature spells you're gonna cast, maybe with VIVI, Royale could actually hit 10. Maybe. Royale could be a main board piece, honestly. I mean, I understand it's in the sideboard as a backup plan, but Royale could be a main board card. Honestly, it has the potential for main deck, and it's just very powerful, man. I mean, imagine storming, storming Opt. You cast like multiple, and then the pump spells. Oh, the pump spells. It's crazy, man. The issue is, the copies will not trigger prowess. It's not, the spell mastery or something, from Strixhaven. But it's still powerful, though. I mean, look at this. Friggin' Royale, man. I mean, faced one in Standard, in Bologna, and it was powerful. I mean, I literally lost one game because of Royale. But yeah, congratulations! You've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe and follow VIVI, share friends. Stay tuned to next videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live every Tuesday, 4:30 GMT. So stay tuned to them. Watch my other videos too. And we didn't hit the like goal, but hey, tomorrow we're gonna do that 1,000 subscriber special stream. So please, guys, don't miss it out. I mean, that's for the YouTube viewers. For the Twitch viewers, we're doing the 2-year affiliate stream. So yeah, don't miss it out. Also, guys, I just dropped a new TikTok channel. So guys, please follow the TikTok in the description. I'm just gonna put it in the description because I forgot to. But, well, I'll just do it. I mean just so. But yeah, basically. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. and bye.